everyone, welcome back. I'm Domingos. I'm also called DMA and appreciate when I'm called the DMA. Today we have this system of equations whereby we have two variables, simultaneous equations known as well like that. A to the power 5 plus a times b to the power 4 equal to b to the power 10 plus b to the power 6. The second equation is a to the power 6 plus a squared equal to 8b cubed minus 2b. In a science, it's also permitted to apply the analogy method, which is like knowing the values without you solve. Without solving, we can already see that 0 for A and 0 for B satisfies our simultaneous equation. So, because 0 here, A times 0 is just 0 and 0 plus 0 is 0. So, we can just consider that one solution is A b equal to 0 and B equal to 0. We saw that. But let's say we want to analyze if there is other solution different than 0 for A and B. So for us to do so, let's then try consider there is a value B which is different of 0 that also satisfies our simultaneous equation. Then if it's so, then let's divide the first expression, the first equation, by b to the power 5. So if I'm considering that there is another solution whereby b is not 0, then I have to state then that b is different than 0 because I'm dividing the old expression by b different than 0. So b to the power 5. Dividing that, I will have a over b all to the power 5 because they will be having the same exponent, and here this b to the power 4 will cancel with that expression. We'll have a over b equal, dividing this same base, this exponent subtract, so we're going to have b to the power 5 plus b to the power 6 over b. It's going to be b. Now here, what can we say? We can say here that it is a squared to the power 3 plus a squared equal, we can say here it's 2b cubed, because 2 cubed is 8, minus 2b. Now, having this, let's just look here. We have some expression to the power 5 plus the same expression equal to b to the power 5. We can apply the function here. We can say we are in the presence of function. Since it's simultaneous equation, we have to apply two functions. So we have to say we have a function f of a equal to, let me look here, I have a to the power 5 plus a. And I have another function which is g of a that is equal to a cubed minus a. So this function was taken from this equality, and this function was taken from this equality. Okay, after doing that, then how did they get this equality if those are the given function? Since it is a simultaneous equation, we can say this was taken by finding f of a over b, f of a over b equal, because if we find f of a over b, we're going to have this expression. Now, how did they get this? This one was simply f of a, because f of a, if we find f of a, will be f of b, sorry, because this is b, f of b. If we substitute in f of a where there is b, we're going to have then this expression. Now, the second line in g of a, this one was found by finding g of a squared equal, and the left one was found by find g of 2b, because if we put 2b there, then verify. So if we put 2b here, we get the left expression, and if you put a squared, we get this expression. You see, So now we have f of a over b equal to f of b, and g of a squared equal to g of 2b. This is very difficult exercise, I know, but I'm sure you're getting our procedures. Then what do? We equal the inputs here. We're going to say, so these imply that a over b is going to be equal to b, and here a squared is going to be equal to 2b. So we're considering that this b is different than 0 because we divided this expression by b. So not the first solution that we found analyzing by looking, of course. We are now analyzing, considering that b is not 0. That's why we were able to divide all the expression by b, that it's not 0. Okay, now what do we have to do? We can calculate, we can isolate a. So a is going to be equal to b squared, and then we have a squared equal to 2b. So if a is equal to b squared, we can substitute here to find the value of a. So putting the value of a here, we're going to have b squared all squared equal to 2b. So we're going to have b to the power 4 equal to 2b. But the problem is I can send this expression here, b4 minus 2b equal to 0. Factorizing b, I'm going to have b cubed minus 2 equal to 0. So solving this, b is equal to 0 or b cubed minus 2 is equal to 0. But remember, I don't want the solution of b equal to 0 because I already found just by looking, but it's not a problem. You could use to find a. If b is 0, then a is going to be 0, which is exactly the solution that we got over there. So for b0, a will be 0. But now we want to analyze this part here, because for b0, a is 0, which is the first solution. Now, if this is we have to find b. Now b will be b cubed equal to 2. b will be equal to cubic square of 2. Having the value of b, we can find the value of a. So these imply that a is going to be equal to cubic square of 4, because it's squared. So those are the solutions that we have. So we can say we have first a1 equal to 0 and b1 equal to 0, and we also have a2 equal to cubic square of 4, and that pair b2 will be equal to cubic square of 2. So those are the solution for this simultaneous equation. So if you enjoy, leave your like, your comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share with your friends.